Welcome to another MOTIVICTOR production. I'm your regular narrator, Victor Isibo. At the end of this video, it's likely for you to start suggesting that February 14th should be changed from St. Valentine's Day to Queen Iden's Day because of the extreme and exemplary love for husband and people displayed by this enigmatic icon and heroine, Queen Iden. Are you excited already? Smash that like button and subscribe. Thank you. Moving on. Queen Iden was born in Oka village in the present-day Upper Sakmomba Road in Benin City. As at the time she offered herself as a willing sacrificial lamb for peace to reign in Benin, she was said to have been married for only 4 years and had no child. She died at the age of 27. She was one of the wives of Prince Idova, who was crowned OBA EWUAKPE, the 26th Oba of Benin, who reigned for only 12 years, from 1700 to 1712 AD. His reign was short, but was characterized by extreme high-handedness and reckless abuse of power and disregard for human lives. A typical example was when his mother, Queen Iden, passed. Oba EWUAKPE, in his usual power drunkenness, reasoned that, well, since his late mother had maids and guards at her service while she was alive, she would probably need them as part of her entourage in the afterlife. That was how he ordered a curfew and instructed that anyone seen outside after curfew starts should be slaughtered and buried alongside his mother so that they would follow her into the afterlife to serve her. This led to massive manhunt and bloodshed in the kingdom of Benin. This sparked massive protests, and the people revolted against this barbaric act by this power-drunk king. The entire palace staff rebelled. They threw the gates of the palace open and they all marched out. All his wives left. All the chiefs abandoned him. Everybody associated with the palace disowned him and abandoned him, except one person, Queen Iden, who refused to return to her parents' house at Oka in Upper Sakmomba Road. She displayed extreme loyalty, even in the face of serious chaos. Obas usually depend on the people to feed them by way of taxes and homages. As the rebellion continued, Oba EWUAKPE and the only person with him, Queen Iden, they began to starve because the entire city had abandoned them. Oba EWUAKPE reasoned that, well, if a man's fatherland does not favor him, then he needs to approach his motherland. So he decided to go to Ikoka, a village in Benin, his late mother's village, to seek refuge and support. Upon getting to Ikoka, Oba EWUAKPE got the greatest shocker of his life. The elders and the Odionwe of Ikoka decided to ridicule him by asking him to cut grass and get paid wages like a common laborer. Oh yeah. What an insult. In extreme anger, Oba EWUAKPE brought out his Sosomaye, a powerful staff and laid curses on all the men of Ikoka. He exempted the women because of his love for his beloved mother who was from there. Then he left Ikoka in annoyance. Some people, till today, are of the assumption that it is very difficult for you to find a successful Ikoka man, and that the reason for the extreme underdevelopment of Ikoka till this day is as a result of that age-long curse. Well, by the time OBA EWUAKPE returned from Ikoka to his palace, the compound was overgrown with grass, and all the palace roofs were leaking. The following day, Queen Iden took what is left of her luxury items to Oba market to sell for cheap. When she made some money, she took the proceeds and proceeded to Agbo to contact a native doctor to seek a solution to their current ordeal. The native doctor recommended two things. One, a make-believe or fake ceremony. And two, a human sacrifice. Now, the problem was they no longer had the power to sacrifice any human being, as the whole town was devoid of commoners who had all migrated out of Benin in rebellion. They only had each other, herself, the queen, and the Oba himself. So, Queen Iden offered herself as a willing sacrificial lamb to save the throne on the condition that her grave would be declared sacred. Queen Iden went to the market to buy the ceremonial homage items and foodstuff, and she placed them at night in front of the palace, just the way citizens used to do when things were still rosy, giving the impression that, homages, taxes have resumed. Now, for the final ritual, Queen Iden and OBA EWUAKPE walked hand in hand to the spot she had chosen as her final resting place. EWUAKPE tearfully dug a grave while still trying to convince her against it. She remained adamant. She climbed down into the dug grave and laid in there, while EWUAKPE started covering her up slowly from the feet up all to her face. After completing the very difficult job of burying his wife alive, he crashed on the grave and cried bitterly like a child. Meanwhile, the next day, while strolling past the palace, Chief Esogma saw homage items and foodstuff in front of the palace, and he thought to himself, "Oh, I must have been betrayed. We all agreed to abandon the Oba and the palace. Yet, it seems that some chiefs have secretly gone behind, to make peace with the Oba, and they have now commenced the traditional paying of homages. Wow, and they have reconciled with him. Well, I must not be left behind." So he quickly went home and ordered his servants to carry foodstuff, homage items, and place in front of the palace in honor of the king. Then he himself proceeded to apologize to the Oba and made peace with him. Other chiefs followed suit and made peace with OBA EWUAKPE, and Benin Kingdom became reunited again. OBA EWUAKPE narrated how significant the role his wife played in all of this, and the palace chiefs, a council of elders, unanimously declared Iden's grave sacred and that anyone who stepped on it would be slain in honor of that great queen, Ide. That's how Ide etched her name on the sands of history of Benin City. Hey guys, Victor Isibo. So this is the place where Queen Iden's grave is right now in Benin City. You can see the surrounding. Okay, so this place is prohibited. Nobody is allowed to step on the grave. Okay, so Queen Iden was an exemplary queen in the history of Benin City. Please make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and share my videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.